Yo, what's up, YouTube? Edwin the Comic Jabroni coming at you. 18th of September, new comic book day. This video, we're going to go over Image and Indie books that I picked up. So stay tuned. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, cheers to everybody out there. Guys, this is your first time watching one of my videos and you're interested in comics. If you're interested in retro video games and toys, think about hitting that subscribe button, guys, and checking out more of my videos. But in today's video, we're going to go over the Image and the Indie comic books that I picked up today on New Comic Book Day. I've been splitting my videos up, doing DC and Marvel and Image and Indie on different days. This week, I'm going to drop my Image and Indie comics review video first, and then on Friday, I'm going to do a live video going over what I got for Marvel and for DC. So make sure you got that bell notification clicked, and it's going to let you know when I go live on Friday. But let's get into the books. All right, guys, first book up on my list is from Mad Cave Studios. It's going to be Show's End issue number 2, written by Anthony Cleveland, and artist is Jeff Sedinsky. I picked up issue number 1 a month ago, read through it. It had some hype built up around it. People were talking about it at the time. I picked it up. I thought issue 1 was really cool, set in the 1930s in Georgia, kind of around this circus or this traveling circus, and how this little girl right here, Lorelei, actually stows away with this circus. But she has a little secret to her, right? She can turn into this beast, right? This huge animal that goes out and kills. So in the second issue, because of the things that happened in the first issue, they have to go to a graveyard, the circus, to bury one of their own because of things that happened in the first issue. So you find out that the name of this graveyard is actually called Show's End, right? Is the end of the circus. It's the graveyard. In this issue, you also see the introduction of what I'm guessing is this villain, and he is a necromancer, right? He can bring the dead back to life. So after they have buried one of their own, they leave to go to the next town, and the necromancer shows up to this graveyard, and he brings back to life some of the other circus members that have been killed or have died, and they buried them at Show's End. So kind of clever. I like where they're going. The artwork is really nice. The story is different, right? Different take on a circus act. I'm digging it. I'm going to be picking up issue number 3. Let me know, guys, did you pick up Show's End? Another really cool thing is, if you are a member of the Mystery Mail Call, right? If you subscribe to Comic Tom, Mill Geeks, Mystery Mail Call. So in October, the Mystery Mail Call is going to have Show's End issue number 1, a variant that they made specifically for the Mystery Mail Call, guys. So it's something that you might want to look into if you want to read Show's End. I do highly recommend it. Great. Scout Comics, The Forever Maps, okay? Written by Michael Legacy and drawn by Todor Histratov. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name, but, I apologize. I absolutely love this cover. I talked about it on my Tuesday What to Buy on New Comic Book Day. And one of the people in the chat was actually like, yeah, it's like charcoal, right? It looks like charcoal, kind of like when you... maybe when you drew with a pencil as a kid and you wanted to do like a shade and you use your finger on it. That's what it looks like to me. But as far as the story goes, dude, it follows this guy right here, right? And he's living at home with his parents, but his dad is abusive. He beats on his mom. He beats on him. It's set in the 1760s, I want to say 1770s. And his dad wants to send this kid to school, but the kid wants to choose his own school. So he chooses New York City, he chooses Columbia. But one night when he goes out to the woods, he sees this crazy old man with this map getting attacked by these wolves. And he helps this man get to the next where the map ends, right? And at the end of that map, where X marks the spot, there's another map. So the old man says, I can't take it anymore. I'm done with this. And he gives the map to this young gentleman. And the young gentleman ends up going on these adventures to go find more maps. So instead of writing these letters that he told his dad he was going to write, he ends up exploring and trying to go find more of these maps. And then every time he gets to the X marks the spot, there's just another map. And there's another map. And there's another map. And a year goes by and he doesn't even realize it, man. Great story. So the thing about this is, if you see up here, and I'll show you the back. So nonstop means that this is just a piece of the story. What they're going to do is in December, they're dropping the trade for the rest of this story, which is, I think that is such a great concept. If you look right there. So now that you've read the world premiere, read the rest of the story non-stop. December 2019, 104 pages for $13. You're going to get the rest of this story. Guys, man, Forever Maps, this really could have been my read of the week if it wasn't for the last book that you're going to see. I absolutely enjoyed this. I'm a history buff. I like reading about stories set in the past in the U.S., 1770s, the 18th century. I absolutely enjoy stories like that, guys. Forever Maps, I hope you were able to find it. There weren't too many of them at my store. I think there was like 3 of them, and I grabbed one. Absolutely enjoyed it. I can't wait till December to read the rest, because I want to know, is there something at the end of this rainbow, right? Is there a final map? Is there something there at the end? I can't wait to read more, guys. You should pick this up. Okay, so when I said there's a read of the week, it's going to be the next book. But honestly, it's like a 1A, 1B. Because this book right here is fire, guys. And it is from Image Comics. Excellence, issue number 5. Man, look at it. That cover is beautiful too, man. I absolutely dig that cover. And I dig this story so much. I am such a fan. Written by Brandon Thomas, and the artist is Carrie Randolph. Guys, Excellence is such a great story about magic being used in the United States and New York City, kind of present day. I've talked about it in the past, how it gives me the feeling of Harry Potter, although Harry Potter was kind of set maybe back in like the 1940s, 1930s maybe. And this is set in the present time. You've got these magicians who can only be males, right? There are rules set in this magical world. One of the rules is no females can use magic. But this issue right here is diving into that rule. If you see on the cover, that is a woman with a wand. She's using magic, and it is such a great story. I cannot wait to read more of Excellence. Awesome story set around this protagonist Spencer Dales. He had a friend who he kind of grew up with, but they've come to grow up and battle each other. And in the last issue, they had this really huge magical battle against each other. And when they both did a magical spell, something happened to where now Spencer is seeing the memories of his friend. His friend got put into prison, but now wherever Spencer's going, he's seeing memories of what his friend remembers from that time. Guys, one more thing about Excellence. This was the artwork of the week for me. Like the inside, the artwork in this is just amazing to me, guys. I mean, I absolutely fell in love with Excellence when I read issue number 1 and issue number 2, because I got them both at the same time. But to me, I just think the artwork is incredible. The story is man, so damn moving and beautiful to me. I love this book, guys. Excellence would have been my read of the week. But this next book, and you guys might know what it is. Let's talk about it. So from Boom Studios, you guys probably knew it, from Kieran Gillen, Dan Mora, it's going to be Once and Future, issue number 2. If you read the back there, the king is undead. Guys, man, this book was incredible. If you remember from issue number 1, I hope you were able to go out there and find it. There's been 5 printings of it. The 5th print came out today. So I hope you're able to read it. Because in this issue, you get the woman, the old woman right there, and her grandson actually going down into these caverns, this cave, this crypt, and trying to stop this other group from bringing back King Arthur from the dead. Well, spoiler alert, they're not able to stop them from bringing him back. I'm going to absolutely look at this. Look at that page right there, guys. The artwork in this is incredible. Not as good, in my opinion. It's great. Not as good as Excellence. I think Excellence has it beat. But the story in this is amazing, man. So I don't exactly know what the plan is with bringing back King Arthur. I think, take over the world, that kind of nonsense that they always want to do with comic books. But just the fact that they're able to bring King Arthur back with his scabbard, he goes into the stone and he pulls out this sword and he's slashing dudes in half, cutting their arms off. Absolutely amazing story, guys. Once and future, I cannot stress enough how everybody needs to be reading this. I think it's a 3-part story. I could be wrong. I thought it was a 3-part story. I'm not exactly sure on that. I know for sure it's not an ongoing. This is definitely a limited series, but it's a limited series worth going to get. And then when they put the trade out for it, that is definitely a book worth getting as well. I'll probably more than likely be picking up the trade as well on this. So Once and Future is my image/indie read of the week. Although Excellence is that close behind it, guys. So did you pick up Once and Future? Were you able to get issue number 1? And what did you think of it? Did you think it's as good as I did? On the Rican scale, it's a 10 out of 10. So guys, that's it from Image and Indies. I picked up 4 books. I'm trying to scale it down just a little bit. There were a couple, maybe, I don't know, other books that I probably could have gotten. But I'm trying to get away from picking up so many of these mini series. I want to pick up more ongoing series on the Image and Indie side of the house. So cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to stay tuned Friday. We're going to go live. So more of you guys that show up for the live show and we chat and we have a great time, talk about comics. We're going to be talking about Marvel. We're going to be talking about DC. So guys, until next time, cheers. And remember, drink your bourbon every night. Make sure you fall asleep better. Peace.